Yeah, no, it's great. Even the last episode that you dropped as of this recording is with Maria Emmerich, and she specifically mentioned a disagreement that she had with Dr. Kiltz. I've been able to meet both of these people. I love these people. I love all the people in the low carb community. I think it's great that we can have discussions inside the community. And yeah, we may not agree about everything, but there's space for that. And she can say, like, no, I think you're wrong about this without it being taken personal or whatever. And again, it's two amazing, wonderful people who are both very, very smart. Don't always have to have the same opinion. It's great.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And to be honest with you, I didn't know how much disagreement there was in the space. And obviously, I definitely know and understood that a lot of these individuals, Maria Emmerich, Craig Emmerich, Dr. Kiltz, but both of them have been on the podcast now. They have these different views on things, and that's okay. But I didn't really know that that conflict existed in the space until like I was, got the chance to interview them. But it's very real. But I think it's kind of like politics in a way, I think it's okay to have these open and honest discussions about, what you're into, what we feel like works, what doesn't. And, we can always agree to disagree. Right. But, again, that's why I fall back on my philosophy of these diets are tools. That's why I really think a lot of these diets are tools. Like you've got the people in the carnivore camps, you got the people in the keto camps, you got the people in the low carb camps. And then there's all these other, you've got like strict carnivore and all these different things. But, the one thing I try to do just personally in my belief and from where I come from is I just don't want to get married to these diets. I really don't. I don't want to get religious about diet. I really don't. I think we should use these diets as tools because that's exactly what they are. We want to use them as tools to our benefit and flex them periodically or cyclically to get the most out of it based off of what we are trying to do, what our interests are, right? Like our body changes, our interests change, our hobbies change. You might be into bodybuilding one year, then you sign up for a half marathon or a marathon, then you might get into high rocks. You're getting older, right? We're all getting older. The body I have right now at 40 years old was not the body I had at 35 or 30. So it only makes sense that a lot of these diets, like we don't just do like carnivore for 10 years. And if it works for you, by the way, if carnivore works for you and you've done it for 10 years, I think that's fantastic. More power to you. But at the point in which carnivore stops working for you, and whatever that issue is, whether you're getting, electrolyte imbalances, hormonal issues, don't be so married to the diet where you just carnivore harder. Come to the realization that something might need to change, reevaluate, tinker with your diet. And I honestly think that's the best path forward. I really do,
I love that. Yeah. Last time I was at the Hack Your Health conference in 2024, there was kind of a sentiment among me and kind of the people that were attending that was expressed. And I see both sides of it for sure. And I don't exactly even know what my opinion is on it. That like the comment was made that I feel bad for the average attendee who's going to all these different things. And it's like, okay, Sally Norton just told me that I shouldn't eat spinach because of oxalate. This next person said I should be eating lots of dark leafy greens because it's good for eyesight. I went to this one panel and they said you have to eat high fat. And then Maria Emmerich just said you need to eat high protein. And so I understand where the average person could get a little bit confused. Sure. But I think I'm kind of like you, where like I would rather somebody hear all of the things and then decide what's going to be best for them. They may need to wade through a whole bunch of stuff, but if you get indoctrinated, like you said, religiously, that this is the one diet you should do and every other diet sucks, then I think you're at a disadvantage.
And that's the tricky thing too, right? Like you're going to all these, you're talking to all these different experts, or you're hearing a lot of these different experts talk, and you're saying, Sally Norton says, don't have spinach because of the oxalates, and we want to avoid nuts and all these types of things. And I think all of it is good information. I also think too, like from just a very just real basic standpoint is like, what does logic tell you? What does your, no pun intended, what does your gut tell you? But like, yes, does spinach have oxalates in it? Does that mean that you should just completely cut it out and, plants are trying to kill us, that whole thing? Like, I don't necessarily listen, like if you're eating like steak salads with spinach, that is a better route than pizza and pasta, right? Or cake, right? That's just kind of what I think about it. And also too, like it's just, it's the trade-off type of situation, because it's like everyone's got their different thoughts on what to eat, how to eat, and I appreciate all the perspectives, but it's like from my own standpoint is like what's really gonna be the best for me, what's gonna be the best for my lifestyle. What is going to what's going to give me the most flexibility and comfortability moving forward and just be able to enjoy my life. And if you want to have spinach, even though there's oxalates in there, like, man, have some spinach, you know what I mean? So I just take all of the perspectives, as much as I appreciate them and I appreciate the guests and their knowledge, I take them with a grain of salt, and take I take the points and I massage them into my life best as how I see fit.
Love that. Yeah, I love that. As much as I love Dr. Chafee, and we've hosted him on our show many times, and the idea of plants are trying to kill you, I always try to just take that sentiment and just tweak it. It sounds so personal. Plants are not trying to kill you. Plants try to protect themselves, and
Yes.
it's not about you. It's so entitled to think that, like, you can just, first of all, you can just take plants and manipulate them however you like, but also that they're like attacking you. No, they're just trying to protect themselves. They don't care about you. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't like as much the sentiment like they're out to get you, they're out to attack you. It just feels so like personal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and on that point, like I don't like that slogan, "The plants are trying to kill you." Again, like I think someone is better off eating spinach than they are like a batch of cupcakes, or a pizza. Like, but I will say this, like, um, you know, I kind of forgot what I was going to say there. But yeah. Anyways, I thought I felt like I had a good direction, and I kind of just lost what I was going to say. But at the end of the day, oh, here's what I was going to say. I don't think plants are trying to kill us. I really don't think that's the case. Like you said, plants have defense mechanisms. But what I have done over time, and what I just noticed in my own personal life, is there's a distinction between plants and leaves and vegetables, right? So I think vegetables are fine, but I have seen a lot of benefit from taking spinach out of the diet and leaves in general, like salad leaves, lettuce, like all those types of things. I have noticed benefits in going that route, but like I have veggies in my diet, like I have carrots, I have veggies, I've got, cucumber, pico de gallo on meat, like it's the best thing ever. So again, I don't think plants are trying to kill us, but on that note, I do feel like the leaves aren't, in my opinion, like I have just noticed a lot of benefit from a digestive standpoint, especially with spinach, taking spinach out of my diet, but veggies for sure are fine. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, got it. No, I appreciate that. And that is the one food that if somebody asks me, I'm not going to go out and tell people this, but if somebody asks me if there's like one thing they shouldn't eat, I will probably say spinach. You can find other things other than spinach and not miss it and probably notice a benefit with the other stuff. You're right. Like, and you're right. Like if you have a spinach salad every now and again, is that going to be a problem? Like, no, probably not. If you're taking handfuls of it and blending it every single morning with almonds and beets and whatever, like, I wouldn't do that,
Yeah, yeah, agree.